I reacted to both of these games on my YouTube channel, but let's just go through the week two finals games a day late, which I apologize for. The big test for the Crows here wasn't always going to be one of skill, but it was going to be a psychological one because as soon as they felt the weight of either expectation or the weight of consequence crush them, they were going to go to water. And they did. The 3-goal start by the Hawks didn't exactly shut the door, considering that the quarter time margin was still more than feasible for the Crows to come back in. But the longer the game went on, the longer the Hawks were around and, of course, led the game for 100% of it, the more the Crows just went further and further away from what made them great over the offseason. Guys like Darcy Fogarty are going to need to have big off seasons, but all in all, we won't really know how terrible this was for the Crows until we see them next year. Because if they take a big step back, then psychologically we can look at the makeup of this side. But if they respond at next year and this experience does them the world of good, well, we can judge them at that point. But never before has the gulf between micro and macro expectations been so wide. The Crows coming into this year were 15th, coming off last year. And if you had told them you would have got it to week two of the finals, every Crows fan would have signed, sealed, and delivered that envelope to their football club. If you had told them that at the end of round 22, they would have laughed at you. Yet here we are. And then for the Hawks, well, it's fun to be hated, to be perfectly honest. We're hated for being successful. We're hated for going after Zach Merritt, but we want to be the best version of our footy club that we can, and we don't really give a stuff what you think. And at the end of the day, we played like that, which is really refreshing, and we'll see how we go against the Cats next week. The Gold Coast were always playing with free money, coming back from Western Australia, all of those kinds of things. They kind of stuck around in that first quarter, and I thought they responded really well out the gate. But as soon as Brisbane were able to do what Brisbane wanted to do, Gold Coast had no answers. They struggled to run defensively, and Brisbane, if you took away their entire score that originated from either the centre bounce or the forward half, so just their defensive half scoring, they still would have won the game, which is not quite good enough from the Suns, but they'll get better for the experience, we think. They're obviously going to have a good draft hand and are probably going to stick around for a long period of time. Damien Hardwick has done an elite job, and those three midfielders are going to be looking at some of their lesser light teammates and thinking, well, our ceiling as a football club isn't relied on us, the Rouse, Andersons, and Millers of the world. It is going to be on you guys. And some of them stood up. Joel Jeffrey, I thought, was really good. Some of them didn't. And that's going to be the growth of this football club moving forward. And then you turn to the Lions and you go, well, that midfield just dominated, took the absolute piss, including Josh Dunkley defensively on Matt Rowell for the majority of the night. But Hugh McCluggage didn't get a tag and ended up having a dominant evening. And Will Ashcroft, the Norm Smith medalist, was the best man on the ground for mine. The photo of Kai Lohman that you're looking at right now is low-key disturbing. But overall, him defensively were really good. Bailey and Rayner combined for 30 disposals and 4 goals for. And overall, they'll head to the MCG against the Pies with a lot of confidence. But overall, 2 maybe anticlimactic semi-finals based on the expectations, and hopefully the preliminary finals can live up to the hype.